Well, good morning. And we'll try again without the siren directly overhead. Good morning and welcome to coverage of the TSL. It is round 6 action here, bright and early in the morning. A curtain raiser here between Clarence and North Hobart. Just having a few audio issues. 1 second and we'll be back. All right, I think I'm not getting anything. Is it coming through all right? Let's see what we find out, I guess. Right, I think we're sorted now, and that siren situated right above my head. Just going to keep driving them out all day. Apologies for that, but we are ready to go here in the morning. It is 10 a.m. A rarity for the TSL, but big curtain raiser here ahead of the North Melbourne v Port Adelaide game, and we have got another Roos side seeking victory. Clarence taking on North Hobart. Looking forward to this one. It's North Hobart currently sitting in 5th place with a 2-2 record. Clarence second on the ladder, 3-1. We're given a bit of a scare by Glenorchy last week in a slightly surprising result. The week before that were touched up by the Northern Bombers, so they're not flying at the moment. North Hobart coming off the bye the 2 weeks prior to that, wins over Lauderdale and Glenorchy. Clarence will be the favourites for this one, but should be an entertaining morning of football for you here. Two very good teams at their best when they can open it up and play with speed on the ball. We'll see if the wide expanses allow for that. We're just about to get underway. Of course, this is the Cure Paralysis round. Some great work from Ryan Wiggins driving that campaign, and that will be the theme of the round today. The players meet in the middle here. Just being handed some team sheets. We'll see if there's any late changes to the named starting lineups. Looks like there's been one for Clarence. Brendan Hay going out of the side. Blake Harper coming into the team. So one change to the named 22s. But we're ready to go. Fire's going to bounce it down. Beautiful conditions for football here at Blundstone Arena. It really is perfect weather at the moment for a massive day. And we're ready to go. Green and Jackson in the ruck to meet, and Green wins the first one down to Baxter Norton. He screws a kick around the corner. It's easily picked off by White, though. Gave it across to Norton. Chips one in the middle. Jackson couldn't quite get there. Keegan Wiley disrupting that. Norton spearing one to the forward 50, but playing out in front was James Beerley. Takes the intercept mark for the Roos. So Beerley will chip it sideways. Clarence generally a team who like to move the ball pretty quickly. Liam Howard along the wing here, kicks to the contest. No one able to take the mark, and it'll be out for a throw in. Big day at Blundstone Arena, double header. TSL and AFL love the curtain raiser coming back into vogue. More of that, I reckon, as the ball's tossed back into play. Jackson wins this one down. Good tackle, though, was laid by Norton. Sent forward by Beerley. Clarence will now drive it deep into the forward line, trying to find a marking target, and plucking it is Alomes. Now they've got some tall timber down there, the Roos. Holmes, Alomes, Green will go down there at times, Colin Garland. They have got some real firepower, some real tools to stretch the defence. Alomes will look to kick the first of the afternoon here. So Alomes Makes the umpire work a little bit. Pretty good off the boot. And the first goal of the afternoon goes the way of the home side. Bryce Holmes takes a nice mark. Just got the ball in there quickly to isolate those one-on-ones, and Holmes does the damage. 6-0. The early break for the Roos. Back to the middle. Jackson wins this one down. Just bouncing away was Norton, been prolific early. Contested half forward, spoil away from behind. Flipping over the top there was Harry Fisher, was it? No, it was Ollie Preshaw. He'd taken for a ride. He laid the tackle from behind. Rainbird loose at this stoppage. One down the other side, though. Oh, good tackle laid there. And the umpire will reward it. Free kick going the way of the Demons. They'll drive it to half forward. Can they find a marking target? White presented. Keegan Ryan flicks a handball out. Walking it over the line. Norton under pressure from Lefebvre. So Green and Jackson once more. A little high there on Jackson. Fell to Norton. Flicks the handball out behind. Keegan Wiley just blasted up towards the wing. Big pack forms. Norton lays the tackle. Handball spills out. On top of it, Keegan Wiley, but the Demons taken away. Trying to get out is Roberts. He's going nowhere. Holding the footy. As Jordan Roberts tried to storm away. He was caught. This one's driven down the line. It's Riley Higgins who made that tackle. Switching from the 3 to the 35 this week, Riley Higgins. Starting to get a taste of TSL action. His side with an early lead here as Roberts goes to the bench after that holding the ball decision. If that was a rotation or the coach just pulling him off. As this one's thrown back into play. Jackson takes front position, took the ball, got brought down by Green. Or Holmes rather, as the Demons win the clearance up towards the wing. Here is Green. He's just parked himself behind the ball for the time being. Wins it, kicks it forward. Plenty of Demons there though. Though an awkward bouncing one. Norton burrowing in. Tackle laid on him by Higgins. And a free kick's been paid. Right tackle. That's what the Demons are after. It'll be Harper who takes it though, holding the ball for the Roos, and it's a poor kick from Harper. Want to put it out in front of your fours, but not that far out in front. He skews it out of bounds on the foot. Demons looking a little rushed in possession so far, as this one's launched up towards the pack. Lefebvre, Green came from behind. Finlay Pope with some good hands, back to Lefebvre. He goes now towards half forward. McCulloch couldn't quite bring it down. Lefebvre following up. Pokes one into the forward 50. It's a 2-on-1. Daly does pretty well with it. Coming in, Keegan Ryan. Poke in there as well once more. Eventually spills out and it'll be cleared by Paprotny. He just slams it on the boot, kicks it to the middle of the ground, but his kick is intercepted. And the Demons will launch forward. They want it deep here. They've got a couple of marking targets. Jackson's there. White's there. He couldn't quite complete the mark. Oh, poor handball straight to Hilda. They make something of this, the Demons. Lefebvre didn't have an option, just threw it out into space. Found White in the end. Still on the attack and slamming it on the boot. Plenty of Roos Park back here. It stays in the air for an eternity. Green couldn't quite get it. Finlay Poke off hands. Stepped on goal by McCulloch. And off hands for a minor score only. Chaos in the forward line there. Unable to profit the Demons. It'll be Clarence from full back. And reliable Keegan Wiley drives them outside defensive 50. Couldn't find a mark there from Richards. He'll come back in now. Lefebvre just caught in time, but his kick will find a target. All on his own, Josh Hilder. And he'll go back and kick 20 out directly in front. Well, I'm not entirely sure that was Lefebvre's intent, but it's worked out nicely. And the Demons look to take the lead here. He rolls back and kicks it beautifully through the middle. Demons, it's a reward for some early inside 50s, and they take the lead by a point, 1-1-7. Clarence, a solitary goal. So Green back into the ruck for the Roos. Jackson remaining in there for the Demons. Hasn't been spelled as of yet. Green wins this one down. Norton again, hands to it. Looked it back to Green, sends him inside 50. Oh, pure strength. Garland too big, too strong. Does he have the journey from here? He looks a little uncertain. In his heyday, he certainly did. He wants to hand it off. He does. This man certainly does. Keegan Wiley can kick a very long ball, and he heaves this one goalward. And it just drifts wide late. Through for a minor score. Demons were alert to Wiley trying to sneak around the back there. Got to be alert. So he has got a mighty boot. Lefebvre the target of this one, and he flies, but the man in front plucks it. Shipped into the corridor again for Baxter Norton. Norton finds Harper. Harper just outside the arc of 50. Again, the option to go to Wiley on the run was there. This time ignored, just sets it up instead. Wasn't a great kick to the advantage of his forwards, though. Off hands almost worked out. Higgins got a snap. Oh, a little unclean at the back here from the Demons. By hands, they keep it moving, and they've just about get out of trouble, though. They do so through Stephenson. Drives them along the outer side. Now out in front of Lefebvre. Free kick's been spotted for a push in the back. And go the way of Baxter Norton. Running hot early on here. Must have already had half a dozen. He is a very prolific midfielder, this man. Turns inside onto the left and sends them up in the Holmes direction. Back behind. So too there was Preshaw. He does well to take the mark. Be a tough kick from the pocket, though. Drifting across the face of goal, off hands. For a couple of swats at it, through 4-0 behind. The Demons trying to cut through the middle of the ground here, just put it out into space. McGuinness trying to go off the ground. Bingham in support. Just got his handball away in time, found Lefebvre. Lefebvre will send it deep. It's a 2-on-1, but the one is McCulloch. It's played spoil in there from behind. Wiley under the pressure. Callan Daly applying a strong tackle there. And sees it out of play. Pressure there by the returning Callan Daly. Green takes front position, unopposed, just swats it aside, but it's almost straight to Lefebvre. Coming through was Preshaw. Off hands, it'll be tossed back in once more. down by White. He takes possession of the ball, tried to bustle through. Snapped by Wright. Dropping back into the space was Paprotny. Paprotny had three players lining up for it in the middle of the defensive 50R. Alone screaming for it out wide. That's ignored. Tompkins stretching was Bealey, using every centimetre of the wide expanses of Blundstone Arena there. Bealey throws one in the middle. Paprotny had charged onwards. Well, he's been called to play on here, Paprotny. The umpire will call for a ball up. Interesting one there. He's called play on. Would have thought that's his prior opportunity. Umpire perhaps being generous there. Ugly tumbling kick, but it might be effective inside 50. Chaos ball in there. The Roos look to take away. Leafhammer lays a superb tackle. No prior opportunity though, so the umpire calls for it. He started this one in lively fashion. It's the Demons' number 7. Jackson tries to slap it away, didn't really get any distance on it. He'll go with the boot now, screws one round the corner, bounces awkwardly. Bealey first to it, and then he gives it off to Wiley. Wiley was looking for Ryan, but had his kick picked off there by McGuinness. Extending the long levers. Chopping that play up. The Demons doing a good job disrupting the Roos, trying to play off half back at the moment. Really struggling to generate too much on the rebound. Forcing these turnovers. Can they get some reward on the scoreboard here? Another ball up in the middle of immaculate Blundstone turf. I think an absolute treat here today ahead of the AFL game later this afternoon. Green wants to lead, but Jackson just did well to get body and stop him having that running jump that he so loves. A series of stoppages here, the game in a bit of a holding pattern. Jackson very keen not to let Sam Green have that run and flying leap and just kind of step in his path before he can propel himself, really. He's caught with the ball here, but once again, the umpire calls for it. Can anyone win a decisive clearance here? It's the Roos by a point, first quarter. Saturday morning, TSL, start your weekends. Again, we're going absolutely nowhere. Jackson palms it over the top. Leafhammer coming through the contest. Jackson just got his kick away in time, but turned it over to Tompkins. Ruben Tompkins sends it towards Garland and Holmes, but just dropping back into the space is Cohen Stephenson. Took a nice relieving mark. He's called to play on here, Stephenson. He arches the back and charges away. It's a great looking kick though. Tompkins had his name all over that one. Intercepts, chips it short. Finds Higgins. Higgins sends him inside 50 and just pushing off again with strength. Garland chips it over the top, and there is Holmes all on his own in the pocket. Big man stretching the defence. Weird side angle against Noah Holmes here though. So Holmes looking to restore the Roos lead here in the first term. Just offline. With some venom, that shot. Here's Gus Norton. And work it around the outer side. Cloud. Doesn't like what he's seeing on that wing, so they're going to try and execute the switch here. And Jackson's going to have to sit under this one for a while, and the pressure came from Preshaw, but it was a chop of the arms. Fortunately for Jackson, it wasn't the most smoothly executed switch. Hovering for a long time. That might open things up though as he checks one in the middle. A clever kick that'll open up the corridor. They go straight through it now, looking for White and McCulloch. Two big marking targets there. Umpire spots it over the shoulder. It's going the way of the Roos. Oh, Tompkins done no favours by that hospital ball. Did really well to pack back and take the mark in the end. Gave the handball off to Howard. Howard up towards half forward, flying in from the side. Couldn't quite take the mark. McLeod gets himself stuck. Knocked off by his own teammate there, and in the end tackle there'll be a ball up. So a real arm wrestle of a game developing early on here at Blundstone Arena. Green comes flying over the top, slaps it down. Rainbird took it, couldn't get clean possession. Handball on the outside there, looking for Hilda. Hilda did really well to keep that in. Got to Finlay Poke, superb Hilda. But then Poke just stumbled, seemed to lose his footing. Dropped the football, old tear. Sure what happened there, I thought he'd blown a calf for a second. Just stumbled, real side moment. And in the end, a promising moment snuffed out for the Demons. That was superb stuff though from Joshua Hilda. Jackson takes clean possession, but Rainbird takes him. Lefebvre to Bingham. Bingham sends him inside 50. That's a great mark from McCulloch. Would have been paid the free kick anyway. Defender drapes all over him, but Jack McCulloch continues to impress and has a chance for his side second. So Jack McCulloch strokes it through. The Demons reclaim the lead. It's been a tight battle early on here, but the Demons probably just shaded things. Probably good value for the early 5-point margin. So back to the middle, Jackson laying a strong tackle. Setting the tone. Here's the big Demons ruck. Slaps this one into space. Norton refers to it. Rushed the handball a little though, and then slipped a little high on the tackle on Jared Harper. Just a little too eager to atone for his mistake, perhaps. A little overzealous in that tackle here. Is Jared Harper, just chips it short. Quick handball to Borsboom. Borsboom back into the middle, just getting it away in time. Pitched awkwardly, it was pretty well dealt with by Tilbury. Empire call for it. Clarence looking to respond. Garland doing the rucking this time. Harper able to escape. Pretty sure with hands to it. Rolling maul. Empire calls for it. Shaw again gets to it, but he's ripped to the ground by Zach Barrow. Flips out the side. Kick spoiled. Clarence driving the tackles here. That one a little high though. Free kick go the way of the Demons. Stephenson can just chip into the pocket. Clarence will shut down the immediate exits though. Doesn't have an obvious option to kick to here. Instead, kick to a contest, and it wasn't a great kick. This player just able to sneak in there, park himself in front and intercept. And then an encroachment on the mark is going to make an absolute certainty of this. So Clarence will get their second of the afternoon, you'd imagine. Encroachment on the 50 mark, an absolute killer. Instead of having to find a set-up kick in a crowded forward 50, it's going to be a set shot from the top of the goal square, which should be no problems whatsoever here for William Bush. And he duly accepts the gift and restores the Roos lead, 2-2-14 to 2-1-13. A lapse in discipline there from the Demons cost them the lead, but remains very tight early going here at Blundstone Arena. Temporary halt here for the blood rule. Jack Preshaw replacing Baxter Norton. Back up. Demons look to get the clearance, tumbles it forward, can Kilda get on the end of it. Just keeping it in motion, but no one can take it cleanly. Cleaver. Bingham, rather. Rayburn and Daly getting into it. And dominated by stoppages so far. Oh, brilliantly done there by Spencer White out of the ruck turn, sends it deep, and the mark's taken on the last line. Oh dear. The Clarence player, surely he's given away 50 here to Jack McCulloch. The question being just gently asked from the North Hobart bench as to how that's not a 50-metre penalty. I'm inclined to agree. Anyway, it's going to be a tough kick now for Jack McCulloch. From the pocket, can he bend this one round? Oh, 50 or not, it does not matter. Jack McCulloch does the business all the same. A beautiful kick there. Thought his way through it. He has his second. The Demons have their third and reclaim the lead by 5 points. And he's looming large in this contest, Jack McCulloch. Just looks like snaveling it up every time it goes near him. Green wins this one down decisively and looks to follow up his work too, but instead getting in there was Tilbury. He's gathered in the tackle. Preshaw. This time Jackson wins it. Spinning through the contest, Tilbury. Kicked up towards half forward. For White, bounced over his head, bounced over two heads, and then almost gathered by Leifever. Daly comes in support. Looking to draw the high free kick there, and doing so was Keegan Wiley. Just angled the body through the contact. Certainly was made to feel it though. Daly. So Keegan Wiley sends them up towards the wing, floats over Preshaw's head. Handball flicked over the top. Plenty of Demons around this ball. Howard in a nest of them, but they keep the ball moving by hand. They've done pretty well. Got the ball to Wiley. Wiley flicked it to Preshaw. Preshaw now goes and finds Keegan Ryan. Ryan driving them deep. And the siren sounds before Noah Holmes can do anything about it. And that brings an end to a fascinating opening term here at Blundstone Arena. North Hobart 3-1-19, leading Clarence 2-2-14. A pretty tight game. The Demons, I suggest they've been shading it, but plenty to play for. Looks like being an engrossing contest here this morning at Blundstone Arena. Keep going to say afternoon out of habit, but very much morning here in the curtain raiser. Quarter time, the Demons by 5 points. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few minutes' time with quarter number 2. So we're back with quarter number 2 here at Blundstone Arena. It's the visitors, Hobart, holding sway at the first break. 3-1-19 to 2-3-15. Pretty tight first quarter. We'll see how things develop here in quarter number 2. Jackson and Green to contest in the middle once more. Everyone in their positions, and we are good to go here with the second term. Green wins this one down. We'll turn off and go looking for Preshaw at half forward, just over his head. Preshaw, though, did well, kept it going, looking for his brother. The handball back there. Around the corner, Norton couldn't find a target. They burrow in at ground level. Holmes in the ruck for Clarence. Quick handball was a good one. Released Josh Bingham. Bingham driving it long. Greens drop back into space. Impacted the contest. Couldn't take the mark. Spencer White has 3 to beat here, but Clarence will retreat through Paprotny. Should have the numbers to work their way through this by hand. They do. Paprotny. His handball was a poor one, though. And it's out in front of Norton for a throw in. Green comes from behind, lays spoiler. It's going to be a jumper grab spotted there by the umpire for a kick going the way of the Demons. It'll go to Jackson. Oh dear, he's kicked it to the man on the mark there in Keegan Ryan. A bit of a meal of that, trying to finesse one over the top. Tackle laid there. Clears the area. Dealt with there was Campbell as White. It's a handball to Norton. Norton flicks it over the top. They've done well to keep the ball moving forward here, the Demons. It's scrappy, but they're just working it forward. Spoiled out of play by Keegan Wiley. Another throw in. Plenty of stoppages in quarter number 1. Ball ups at the moment. Ball occupying the far wing. Throw-ins to start quarter number 2. Has been an arm wrestle of a game. Neither team has dominated territorially. Ball movement has been tough. Very contested sort of a game, and again they burrow in here. Green tries the flying leap, but the Demons get the clearance. Nice relieving mark taken by Bealey. Wants to get them moving quickly. Sends them wide, puts it in front of Bush. Looks hard for it, and then he chips back into the corridor, finds Harper. Harper sends it wide, looking for Riley Higgins. Spoiled away from him, though, by Roberts. Good tackle. Was laid by Groom, not rewarded. Higgins and Norton go at it off the ball. Jackson on it down. Green with a tackle. Looked a little high, though. And it did slip up above the shoulder of Tyler McGuinness. It was a ferocious attack on the man. Really hit him with speed, but just slipped up with the arm of it. So Tyler McGuinness finesses one for White. Wanted the early release, thought better of it. Barrow is calling for that. Now, he find a target. He's just going to send it deep and let the big men get to work. McCulloch came across. No one could mark it. Ball came out, though, only as far as Barrow. He loved it off the boot, but he was a little premature with the celebrations. It drifted across to the left from behind. Short from Wiley. Who's thinking their way through this exit. Shaw sends it up the wing. Almost mark taken. Indeed, does bring it down in the end. Doesn't like that wing though, so retreats back to Bealey. Green's peeled off into space on the opposite wing. That kick does him no favours though. Out the back for Jackson. Jackson went boundary side, then sends it in the Lefebvre direction. Or Daly rather. Oh, brilliant from Callan Daly. Can he apply the finish? Not quite to the top of the goal square. Push there from Lefebvre. Just got rid of his defender unceremoniously. Clear kick, explored away by Jackson. Spills out the back. Handball inside from Tilbury to Norton, back to Tilbury. He just stands it up. And why not when you got Jack McCulloch down there? Just put it into the air and watch the big man get to work. He's been sensational so far in this one. Has the chance to extend the Demons' lead to 11. McCulloch drifting across the face and just drifted too far. Missed opportunity there for the Demons, the lead an even goal. Wiley. Trouble clearing defensive 50 today, the Roos, but they're able to launch a pretty nice rebound here. Surging through the middle was Norton. And sent Freeze inside 50, a 2-on-1 here. Favour of the Demons, but doing well to work his man under it was Keegan Ryan. And not a bad result in the end, probably better than a behind to be able to set up inside forward 50 to stoppage. Holmes doing the rucking, couldn't quite find Harper, but he laid a great tackle to keep the ball in the area. Harper of the Blake variety. Back out once more, Noah Holmes. On it down, flick the handball across, flying shot from Norton! Superb! And Clarence level things up here, 3-3, 21 apiece. Nice ruck work there from Holmes. Norton flying through, snapped it and just had the carry on it to get it over the line. Square things up here at Blundstone Arena. Very even game developing thus far. Once more, Green tackled by Bingham, towed forward, bounced off of Roberts. White flicks a handball over the top. Now Spencer White. Barrow fought his way through it, just couldn't quite execute it. Would have opened things up, but Harry Fisher was there to intercept. That's what he's trying to do there, Barrow. This one's chip short to Jack Preshaw. Round the Loams. He sends it wide for Tompkins. Garland charging out at him, but in the end, long way from home, so he'll have to find a target himself, and Dominic White just dropped back and took a great mark. Read the play wonderfully. That's a risky kick, but hit it nicely to Tyler McGuinness. He's surrounded by Roos. Actually, the Demons' numbers were all behind the ball, so really have the option. McCulloch spoils from behind, but also took a piece of the man. That'll be a free kick the way of the Roos. Chipped in to Harper. Sort of diagonal, opening things up. Can Harper find a target inside forward 50? He'll go looking for Noah Holmes. And Noah Holmes plucks it. Strength from the big man. Took it clean, read it, and it was a lovely kick from Blake Harper. Split it up high to your tall forward's advantage. And the luxury the Roos have with this tall timber down there. Noah Holmes. To restore the Roos lead. Sunshine at Blundstone Arena. It's at low, floats across the face. Didn't catch it at all as he would have liked. Off hands, and it'll be a throw in. Doesn't trouble the scorers, and it remains tied up here. Garland slaps it across. Umpire has spotted a free kick here. The Demons aren't going to be able to take that one. We'll have to come back. Sparrow tried to tear off with it. So Wright shipping back to Jackson. They'll work it on the outside. They've got the numbers to pull off the switch here. What next? Drive it down the line. Through the hands of his teammate and out of bounds. And a throw in. And Jackson needed decisively. Tries to fly over the top. Jackson blocks that off. McLeod couldn't sack it cleanly. Green back on it. Slams it inside the forward 50. Spoil came from behind from Monks. Garland takes it out of the ruck. Sends it high into the sky. Anyone mark this one? The spoils fly. Just looked out towards the boundary and happy to step it over is Bradley Young. Back in once more. Holmes takes it out. Flick the handball across there to Ryan. In. A great kick. Low off hands, so it's going to be a throw in rather than out of bounds on the full by the looks of. So that's what the boundary umpire said it, and then it overruled. So it will be Clarence's ball. Demons ball rather. Jackson wants kicked in his direction. That's where he heads. They've Green to contend with from behind their Monks, but Green was strong. TM Green, the leads present themselves. Nothing overly appealing. It puts it out into space. White find a target. They might be opened up back the other way. White wasn't quite as clean. Cleverly just kicked off the ground in the Norton direction. Norton turns sharply. He'll waltz in and surely kick another one. Oh, he puts it across the face. Player of his quality. Expects to job that one, but not to be. 3-4-22. They take the lead by a point, but that last 5 minutes, they've been firmly in the ascendancy and probably haven't got the reward on the scoreboard to show for it, the Roos. Lefebvre, Preshaw, Richards, slapped out to Harper. Harper flips it back to Richards. Richards inside to Preshaw, gives the don't argue, sets sail for home, doesn't have the journey though. Holmes! How's he stayed with that? Oh, he hasn't. The umpire's called play on. Holmes can't believe it. He thought he plucked it. Multiple hands, the decision. There'll be a throw up right on the goal line. Holmes nominates himself for the ruck. He's taken the last two clean out of the contest. So Monks will need to be on guard against that. And he does it again. Was there a touch on the line? There wasn't. It's a goal for Noah Holmes. And the Roos extend their lead to 7 points. Well, it was the third time in a row he'd done it. It was pretty clear he was going to go again, and he was just too big and strong for Monks. Got rid of him, snapped the goal. Despite the despairing efforts on the goal line, there was no touch. Roos by 7. Important they got that goal, Clarence, because they've been firmly on top. In this second term, needed some reward on the scoreboard, and there they get it. Noah Holmes. Green this time gets the better of Jackson, but it went straight to Tilbury. Green lays a tackle on Bingham in the follow-up. Smashed away by Green. Harper helps it on. White coming through, couldn't take possession. Flicked back by Tompkins. Eventually falls the way of Bradley Young. When looking for Lefebvre, takes the mark. Centre wing. Outside of the ground. He doesn't catch the kick as he would have liked. That's a poor one. Out of bounds on the full from Lefebvre. Short to Preshaw. Short down the line and presenting is Keegan Ryan. And eventually goes central. He had a man wide open and he finds him, sweeps the handball across. This is opening up. Up and out with a little bit of room to manoeuvre. He drives it towards Holmes. Oh, and a fumble. And just allowed Matty Campbell in, who whacked it away. Didn't have the clean hands he's shown at times already in this game there, Noah Holmes. It's good ball movement from Clarence, patient, waiting for things to open up and hit their targets. A couple of holes in the Demon zone there. So Holmes in the ruck, and I think he's infringed on Jackson on this occasion. Indeed, free kick in the way of the Demons ruck, who will retreat back to the last line of defence. And Campbell stabs the short one and finds Monks. Sandrick on over the top. Quite today, Jack Sandrick. That's ignored. It takes a risky kick in the White direction and invites the Roos in. They win it back, but able to progress it. Harper handballed it. Demons win it back, flicked across from Roberts, and now they'll send it towards the half-forward line with White and McCulloch in one-on-ones. Well done, though, by the Clarence defence. They take it away. Pretty sure making a storming run forwards here, and he's the next link in the chain. Chips it over the top. He has Harper, just missed the kick though. Well, that's a high tackle, perhaps ducked into it, the umpire says, and then calls for it. Free kick has been plucked in the midst of all that. It'll go the way of the Demons. Roberts sends them out of defence. It's a contest. Leafhaver did really well, outnumbered. There must have been hands on it though, wasn't paid the mark. Jackson towards the boundary side. Back to Jackson. By hand, they work it across half back, and then the kick is just blasted there from Young. Deflecting out of play. Holmes, position. Bingham crashing in there. One down, Holmes, but Jackson then made a tackle, laid a little high in the umpire's estimation. Rainbird take the free kick. Rainbird just finesses one short off through the hands though of Alomes. What he should have had there. Slip up might let the Roos back in though. McGuinness, Hilda, Jackson. And Harper will see that one out of play. Ball over the top. Again going nowhere. Throw to the favour of Jackson, but Green takes it away and slaps it on the boot. For lucky target down there in Ryan. Off hands, doing well to get rid of it was Monks. So Holmes doing the rucking once more, and he takes it out. Gets his kick away. Spotted away from Tompkins. Monks, the handball back centrally, dangerous one, and Harper's just waiting at the back of the contest here in plenty of space, hoping that they'd get the chance to work it wide. He's hung back a little there, showing his experience, Jared Harper. Read the game nicely and shoot for goal. So, Jared Harper will kick from just inside the paint of 50. Doesn't quite catch it. Fly there, almost brought down by Keegan Ryan today. Cassie Norton desperate to get back on the ground. The wing below. Garland doing the rucking this time against Jackson. Sandrick tries to burst through, but two Roos have him. Garland, what a down Rainbird trying to crash through a pack. Tackle stuck from Young. Garland just gets rid of his opposite ruckman and snaps truly. That's the second time this quarter the Roos have got a goal in that manner. First Holmes, now Garland's just pushing the other ruckman out of the way with raw strength and snapping instantly. Garland matches Holmes. The Roos have a 13-point break, the largest of the match, this margin. Been a pretty tight game, but Clarence have definitely had the better of this quarter. Really controlled things. Starting to reflect that on the scoreboard a little now. Five and a half minutes gone in quarter number 2. Reaching half time here, can another goal before the break here. Clarence get it to be a handy little margin they open up. It's the Demons who need a response. They've been outplayed for the last 20 minutes. On their heels at the moment. Need to do a lot of defending. Jackson just takes it out of the ruck himself and slaps it towards half forward, but Paprotny parked back there, takes the mark, sends it over the top to Harper. Impatient off half back the Roos. Didn't want to kick to a contest. Went looking for Paprotny, but he let McLeod in as he slightly overcooked it. Risky kick in the Campbell direction. That invites danger. Campbell will do well to just force a stoppage here, and he does. He's done no favours there, Matty Campbell. Garland wins it down. Campbell released just in time. Diving to take the mark in there. Preshaw, I think. There it is. It's Ollie Preshaw diving in there. Takes a good grab. Could extend the lead here to 19 points in the shadows of half time. So Ollie Preshaw to extend the Roos leads. Looks good off the boot. And there goes the siren. A bitter blow, that one, for the Demons, and a huge boost to the Roos. In the final second of the second term, they get their 6th, and will head into half-time ahead in this one. 6-4-40. The Demons 3-3-21, a 19-point lead. A pretty dominant second term, that, from the Roos. After the Demons shaded things in quarter number 1, you'd say. Narrowly. That quarter, far more one-sided. And the Demons are going to need to lift to get back into it. The Roos probably left a few goals out there in the first half of the quarter, but in red time did the damage and have skipped out to a fairly handy lead. So that's how things stand here at half-time in this curtain raiser at Blundstone Arena. Saturday morning TSL for you, Clarence and North Hobart. At the half-time break, it's the Roos by 19 points. We'll be back shortly with quarter number 3.
Started playing AFL when I was 6 years old and played right through till I was 27. Just enjoyed being around mates, creating new friendships, and yeah, just the competitive side of things. I played football that day and had a few beers after football and just jumped into a pool that was too shallow that I didn't know at the time, and yeah, unfortunately left me a C2 quadriplegic.
They took us into a room and told us then to the extent of what Ryan's injuries were, which was big, it was huge, it was such a shock to all of us.
The first few months in hospital were very dark, scary and lonely. I had a lot of time trapped in my own head, my own mind, and yeah, some pretty bad thoughts went through my mind.
Visiting Ryan in hospital in his dark days was, as a mum, was just so hard. I couldn't wait to get there to be with him, but to actually walk out.
Living with a spinal cord injury is extremely difficult. I wake up every morning and want to get out of bed, use my arms and legs, be able to feed myself, scratch my back, bend down and pat my dogs, but I've had that taken away from me ever since having a spinal cord injury.
Well, Ryan lives back home with us now. We've had to renovate our home just so Ryan could get around a bit easier, and life's hard, it is really hard. I've given up work to care for Ryan along with his carers. The biggest challenge was letting people in and doing everything for him as a young guy, to just be Ryan and do what he normally always done, to now having to rely on me or somebody else to do everything for him now.
Rehab for me is everything. It's something very similar to what my old life used to be before I suffered a spinal cord injury, where I was very fit, active and always moving. So being able to get into the gym and be able to move and just feel my body actually moving again also helps my mind, mental health, as well as my physical side of things.
So proud of him. He's out in society, he's going to the gym, he wants to live now, he wants to get better, he wants to walk and use his legs and use his arms again, and yeah, he's just the most amazing young guy, and now he wants to help other people. He wants to try and influence and show people that even though he was told that he would never do hardly anything at all but sit in a chair, he's proven that he can do something, and he just wants to improve his life and other people like him to get better.
A cure for paralysis would be everything. It'll give not just myself but everybody else out there that's suffered a spinal cord injury a second chance at life and be able to move their arms again and maybe even eventually be able to stand up and go for a walk again. Your life can change in a matter of seconds, and if we find a cure for paralysis, then it just opens up the world for so many other cures.
If enough people get behind it, I'm sure we are so close now to finding this cure that it would just be such a life change for so many people.
Welcome back to Blundstone Arena here for quarter number 3 of game 1 of round 6 of the TSL. We're at sunny Blundstone Arena with a Saturday morning TSL headed your way here. And it's been a pretty good start to the contest from the home side. Clarence holding sway by 19 points at the break, 6-4-40 to 3-3-21. And for a tough first term, it was pretty even. The Demons probably just shading things. A real arm wrestle of a game. Clarence took control in quarter number 2 and put it on the scoreboard later on in the quarter. A couple of snaps from stoppage situations. Holmes and Garland just getting rid of the opposing ruckman and snapping through, helping create this 19-point buffer. As that siren right above my head is just not getting any easier to deal with, but we're ready to go here in this third quarter, second half. Can the Demons spark a bit of a response here? And Clarence continue to storm away with things. It is a perfect day for football here at Belrave. Sun is shining, nice and warm, no real wind advantage to either end. That can obviously be a big part of games played at this ground at times, but nothing to speak of in that department today. It is near perfect conditions for a football match. An enjoyable first half here. Let's see what the second half has in store for us. Rena Jackson ready to go. We're underway Green with the leap, but Jackson with the hit out. Hustling through. Harper slams it on the boot. Well judged mark by Barrow. He goes back into the middle there. He finds Jackson. Jackson will fire them deep inside the forward 50. Great mark, McCulloch again. Oh, he's been a towering presence down there for them. And he read that superbly in flight. And Jack McCulloch can go back for the perfect start to the third quarter for the Demons. He does seem their best avenue back into this game. He's caused them some major problems down there with his marking prowess. Can he go back, put this one through the middle? Regulation shot, no problem at all for Jack McCulloch. He has another. The Demons cut the lead back to 13 points. Perfect start for them, just what they needed to get back into this one. Jackson wins it. Green, second follow-up. Umpire spots a tug of the jumper. It'll be a free kick going the way of the Roos. Sam Green, the recipient. Assesses his options, then decides to just wheel and drive it deep inside 50. Holmes are likely targets. He's been plucking them all day and he brings down another one. Good option from Green just to drive it in along to the tall timber. There was the figure of Noah Holmes once more. So Noah Holmes shouldn't be any issues here. 35 out directly in front. He's had a good start to this game. Can he continue it on to the second half? He can't. He misses there. It's past the post. He should have had there Noah Holmes. A let-off margin extended by just a single point. Bealey will come across with a fist here and thump it away from Hilda. Jackson and Green. Jackson won it down. Daly with the handball, and Barrow just got his kick away in time, crashing through their balls boom. Demons come away with it. Jackson, there's going to be a throw paid there though. A free kick going to Mitch Rainbird. Rainbird. That's Paprotny riding shotgun. He'll head wide in that direction. The leads present themselves. Holmes imploring it, head in his direction. Well, it did, but it just snuck over the top and found the secondary target instead. Just as good a result. An opportunity here as tempers fray on the mark. Gussie Norton getting involved. Trying to go to free kick. Keegan Ryan will go back. Try and do the business. A similar place to where Holmes just put one wide. So Keegan Ryan sets sail for home, and that's a better kick. He dissects the middle, and Clarence have their seventh. They respond to the Demons. And they kick back out above 20 points there as tempers fray a little. A few little spot fights, but nothing too serious today. Clarence with the response to the Demons that goal in the opening minute of the term. Back to the middle. Jackson. 1-2 without anything. Got down to Daly, who's moved on ball. Norton got crunched. Rainbird handball to Green, flicked it back to Harper. Now Blake Harper drives them wide. Arching the back and turning sharply was Tremaine. Worked it back to Harper. Harper will stand it up for Holmes once more. Garland from the side almost took it. Spilled out behind. And Demons try to clear the area. Not a great kick though. Turns it straight over to William Bush. There's some questions asked for a 50, but unforthcoming. Bush gets it moving quickly. Not a great kick though. His teammate under pressure. Handball almost claimed by Bealey, but snuck through. Flicked up on the ground and then back down, and we'll have a stoppage. Green climbing over Jackson. Rainbird through the stoppage. Handed it off to Borsboom. Is looking for Garland. And the tall timber is really starting to cause some problems for the Demons. And he goes short. Just the 15. Makes it a slightly easier kick. But they're really starting to cause some headaches. Colin Garland and Noah Holmes in particular. Jack Tremaine will be the man with an easier kick, looking to extend the lead to 26 points. Hangs it out to the right. Minor score only. Clarence quickly starting to control the contest, just as they did in quarter number 2. For a bright start from the Demons. Clarence's pressure starting to tell. Demons find a way off half back here. They'll try and use some dash to do so. A little 1-2 and then a nice kick over the top to Monks. Oh, dropped one he should have taken. Recovered a couple of handballs, but then they'll cough it back up to the Roos. Boom. Through traffic. Composed as ever was Norton. They have the numbers and they use them. Flicked it back over to Fisher. Back inside to Rainbird. He's caught by Tilbury. Keep a hold of the football though. They send it inside 50. Set mark. Not taken. Juggled. Jackson off hands. And chip short to McLeod. That might just relieve a little bit of the pressure. He'll move it quickly by hand. They don't really have an out on this far wing though. McCulloch on a searching lead. Hilda was there, but the numbers always with the Roos. Bealey. Oh, well done, Hilda. Got a hand on the Bealey handball. And that's contact below the knees that's been paid there. Free kick going the way. Bryce Loams, who shoots on the inside. Good ball to Green. Green will just drift it out of the pocket into the space. Clever kick. Harper takes the mark. Little the defence could do, just using the space effectively there, Clarence. Guiding the players to where they want to go. Callan Daly comes off for a spell. Started this scorer in the midfield. Demons shuffle the deck a little in search of answers, but at the moment it's Clarence who seem to have all of them. Take a mighty kick from Harper. Just short, off hands in the goal square. And Garland snaps truly, but the umpire spotted a free kick beforehand. It will go the way of Cowan Stephenson. Stephenson short for Jackson. This has been where it's been breaking down a little for the Demons. Trying to find that next option off half back. We go looking for White. Spoil came from the side and now to play for a throw in. Green and Jackson. Jackson won it down. Straight to Tompkins, though. Drives them forward. Chopped off back there by Stephenson. Chips it across the face to White. Ball movement here. The Demons, and Groom marks on centre wing. They keep the flow going. No, they can't. It's not a great kick from Groom. Really give his teammates much of a play on that. Just as they seem to be building something. Clarence shut it down. Skill execution issue on that occasion, but they need the next one here, the Demons, if they're going to stick in the contest. They're threatening to sail away with this one. Norton whacks it forward. Tilbury won't gather it in time. Jackson wins it down. Lefebvre screws one inside the forward 50, hits the deck, cleverly knocked on. It's straight to Wiley. Wiley can sweep up and just chip it across there to Harper. Harper, risky kick. Alone's hands to it. All in dispute on the 50 arc. Umpire spotted a throw. Should frustrate the Demons. Jackson, I don't think, was finding anyone. Dangerous spot with that ball anyway, but frustrating one. Just as they were starting to get something going. Bealey will take over at half back. Ballsboom offering a good lead. That's ignored. It's wide. And they'll go back inside. Sharp play this for the Roos. Driving kick, a poor one though. And Green turns it straight over. Risky kick puts Sandrick under all sorts of pressure. And Sandrick then puts Campbell under pressure. This is ugly stuff from the Demons. Clarence waiting to swoop. And they'll only pay for it with a behind. Perhaps fortunate to do so. Their own worst enemy, the phrase that comes to mind there for the Demons. As Norton tries to clear half back, gets it over the top of Paprotny. Will it stay in play here? Not quite. Really another stoppage at half back. 22 points the lead for the Roos. Green unopposed, able to just pluck it and handball it off there to Bush. He was run down from behind. Rainbird sweeps the handball across there to Norton. Norton stands it up. They're playing numbers free, and he finds a target inside 50. Take a special kick from here. Preshaw on over the top. That's ignored by Tompkins. It goes slightly further afield. Almost invites the Demons' defence in. They should be able to clear the area here. McGuinness. Great kick from McGuinness. Hugged the boundary beautifully. Found the target. Margin Ferrer there. Lefebvre comes in. Stu's to Spencer White. Lefebvre grabs it, did well. Got it to Finlay Pope. Pope got it to Norton. Norton chips it in. The only man inside 450 is Jack McCulloch for the Demons here. He weaves and sends one towards goal. This will all come down to the bounce. But it already drifted wide. As McCulloch was dealt with by Howard afterwards. Well, he has been a one-man forward line at times today, Jack McCulloch, and that was very much the situation there. No one else up there for them. It's the only option he really had to try and kick the miracle goal. Ballsboom takes over at half back. Preshaw. It's wide open. 450 for Clarence if they can get it down there. Garland's paddock at the moment. Easy to one-on-one with Jack Sandrick, who's had that job. And now, Bush has peeled off too, so if they can get the ball moving quickly, it won't matter. There's a 50-metre penalty's been paid. We're going to have a 2-on-1 inside 50. We might get a similar result here as sparks fly. Bealey, Lefebvre. Here comes Fisher. Just threatening to boil over a little tensions here. Clarence with the opportunity to extend their lead to 27 points. Jared Harper. So the Roos skipper. Very gettable shot, this one, to extend the lead to 28 points. And he doesn't. 22 points. So marked on half back by Groom. They want to get it moving quickly here, the Demons. Take the charge with a bit more purpose. The handball for Lefebvre was picked off, though. They'll keep a hold of the football, though. Young in support now. Eventually works his way to Lefebvre. He's got White over the top. Waits, takes the mark, and White find the target inside 50 here. McCulloch one-on-one in the goal square. He wants it. He's hungry for it, McCulloch. White opts instead just to pull the kick and go to a contest, and that allows in Keegan Ryan. And the Roos will repel. I reckon when you got a man running as hot as Jack McCulloch, you just want to get it to him every chance you can. Garland takes the mark ahead of Sandrick on centre wing. Wide open in front of him. And he'll just send it on towards the 50 arc. Everyone trying to spoil the ball. Norton shields it, allowed in Roberts. Norton then sweeps across and chips it to Sandrick. Sandrick's kick, a little bit of pressure, but dealing with it pretty well was Bingham, but then he's claimed in a great tackle from Blake Harper. Had to be holding the footy. Superb from Blake Harper. Bingham, you can see what the Demons are trying to do, trying to run with the ball, get something going, but just unable to execute at the moment. The Roos holding firm. Malomes. Chip around the outer side, Borsboom. That's ignored. Howard instead chips one straight to Lefebvre. Lefebvre had the handball off to Daly. He pumps it in the McCulloch direction. He was caught behind on that occasion. Finlay poke spinning through almost. Then laid a good tackle. Still McCulloch. Going to get the handball away. He did. He found Tilbury. Tilbury flicked over the top and it was fumbled. Oh dear, still a chance for the Demons. Goal saving tackle laid by Richards. Fletcher Richards to the rescue, but they've made an awful mess of that, the Demons. A certain goal, and they've butchered it. Clear and kick. Daly applies the pressure off hands. Now to play. They really need a goal from this passage of play. It's been their best kind of 2 or 3 minutes. Really, the last 2 quarters. Got to get something to show for it. Fumble in the goal square. Oh, so costly. Fletcher Richards is outstanding for the Roos in defence. Back into play once more. White rucking against Green. Or it was McCulloch rather. He slapped it down. I think anyone's getting out of there. McCulloch on it down, straight to the opposition though. Handball a little dicey though, invited in right. Norton got his kick away. Poke unable to gather. He'll lay a tackle, but the numbers favour the Roos, and Harper can steer them out of there, and he did so with an assured kick to Norton. Norton just slows the tempo down. Plays on out of bounds. Drawing the ire of the Demons bench. The mark taken by Kellen Stephenson. Campbell to Sandrick. Now Jack Sandrick gives off to Jackson. They're shifting it sideways here. There's plenty of space. Didn't really have the numbers. Just had a one-on-one, but doing pretty well with it there was Young. Sends them inside 50. McCulloch, great spoil from behind from Howard. Took it away from him. And the clear and kick, I thought was going to find Green, but then in front just popped in and took it in on Loams. Then he ran into all sorts of trouble and Tilbury's got him cold. Advantage played. The Demons pump it inside 50. It's McCulloch versus 4. And the numbers win out. Wiley got across to Paprotny, and his kick finds a safe out. Awkward kick straight down the throat of Jack Sandrick. Sandrick shoots inside. Barrow wastes no time, sends it deep. A great mark from McCulloch again. Oh, he's a star, this man. And he plucks another contested mark. It was a 3-on-2. It didn't matter. McCulloch, a fine mark and an opportunity to cut the margin to 16 points. They badly need this. They've been firmly on top for the last 5 minutes. Badly need a goal to show for it. It's McCulloch round the corner, through the middle. He has another. They're back within 16 points, the Demons. All Clarence's control. The margin still manageable here at Blundstone Arena. It's been a good little spell from them. McCulloch kicks another. It's his third or fourth. He's had a fine day. Into red time in quarter number 3. Seven, 8 plays, 5-4. The Demons build off that, string a couple of goals together. Green flies unopposed, right down to Rainbird. Free kick has been spotted for a hold. It's going to be going the way of Mitch Rainbird. The Demons rush to get bodies back behind the ball here. Steers it short for Green. So often the link man, the big ruck. Just drive it long to those big forwards again. He will. Holmes is down there. He gather this one. Holmes taken away from him. And he tops back into play. Norton beaten to the ball. Somehow stays in. Demons work it out the back of the stoppage and try and sweep. They've brought themselves under pressure here, but stayed pretty composed and eventually found it out in White. Well, playing with fire, but did it pretty well there, the Demons. White kicks to a contest. Tilbury. Well, in the end, everyone just misjudging the drop of that one a little, and it pitches out of play. 23 minutes have ticked by in the quarter. There haven't been long quarters here today. Not a glut of goals, so I wouldn't be expecting anything up near the 30-minute mark here. The Demons can get another one in the lead-in and cut it within 2 goals. Heading into the final term, that'll set the stage nicely. Norton up against Richards. Richards couldn't quite keep it in play. The palm of Jackson through to Norton. Sets it up into the sky. Pitches, Preshaw. White drives him to the ground. Rainbird in the ruck this time. Jackson, handball over the top looking for White. Good quick hands. They'll drive it forwards in the McCulloch direction. No one behind this stoppage. It's a wide open 50. Green, composed, did well, the ruckman. Though his kick wasn't so good. What's a little danger? The numbers are always in their favour and they're calm but not clean. And then a slip might invite in Leafeber. Will it fall for him? Leafeber eventually gathers, screws around the corner, couldn't quite find a mark. Now the umpire calls for it. Scrappy stuff in the dying embers of quarter number 3. Big moments in this game here. The Demons, if they could find a goal from the stoppage here, give them some real belief heading into the final term. McCulloch's been dangerous all day. Harper had to get rid of it and flick the handball out. Green takes it away. Kicks it up in the right direction. Loams. Tackle comes in. Locks it up on the wing. Throws it up. Jackson palmed it down nicely. Bingham the target of this kick. Siren will beat them. 3-quarter time here at Blundstone Arena. It's the Roos 7-8-50 leading the Demons 5-4-34. A quarter of two halves really. The first half of the quarter was all Clarence. So they looked like they were about to saunter off into the distance with this one. But the Demons hit back late, showed a little bit of fight, and have cut the margin back to 16 points. It's going to be tough to overcome given how hard goals have been to score today, but they've at least given themselves a chance as we turn for the final quarter here. It's the Roos by 16 points at 3-quarter time at Blundstone Arena, and this curtain raise up for the AFL. Opening game of round 6 of the TSL. Be back shortly with the final turn. So back to start the final quarter here at Blundstone Arena. On the home side, Clarence 7-8-50 leading North Hobart Demons 5-4-34 as we turn for the final quarter here. Wind just starting to pick up slightly, but still very nice conditions for football. Can the Demons launch a stunning come from behind effort here? Or will it be the Roos who finish the job off? Until the midway point of that third term, they're looking very comfortable indeed. Demons found something later in the term. Jack McCulloch with 4 of their 5 goals has been really a one-man army in that forward line. Probably need to find him a little bit more support if they're going to come back. As good as Jack's been, probably count on him for a couple. They do need some other options down there. See if they can get that going. We're ready to go here in the final term. Green and Jackson in the ruck once more. And it's Jackson who wins it down. Harper following up. Barely lays the tackle. Healed up. And then Norton flicks the handball out. Jared Harper. He tried to slap it across. Bingham couldn't quite gather. Actually, Norton gets to it. Handballs to White. And the mark is taken there, despite being impeded by a hold there. White takes the mark. Spencer White. Kick in from Dominic White. 1-2, and now Spencer White's going to launch it from the paint. Won't quite have the journey. Green Park back there. Almost brought down in the goal square. Clarence will try and rush it through. Cleverly done in the end. Just drawing the pressure and stepping over. Always the better option than trying a rushed kick. Shaw presenting shots ignored. He'll go a little bit further afield, the Tremaine direction, but outpointed there by Jackson. Get the kick. Jackson steps around, stands it up. Is McCulloch going to clunk another one? Not quite this time. Numbers around him, off hands. Through for another rush behind. 5-5-35. I think it should be, because that would be their second rush behind the scoreboard. Just a little slow to update at the ground here. As this one's chipped short. That's a lovely kick too. Finds Tompkins on the exit. And then Garland hitting up. No one inside forward 50, so just has to wait till the runners get back there. And then Holmes. Oh, clever kick from Garland. Just pulled it in short. And Holmes turned and ran it nicely. So Noah Holmes, we have the journey here from 50. Leans back on it, looks pretty good off the boot. Noah Holmes, how do you like that? He certainly loves it. Gives a roar, and he slams through another one for the Roos. A steadier to start this final term. And their lead is, I'm pretty sure, 20 points. Scoreboard ground saying 21, but I'm pretty sure I just watched 2 rush behinds in quick succession, so I'm going to go with 20 points. It'll be the first scoreboard controversy we've had at the ground here today. Anyway, 20 points, 21 points, take your pick. It's the Roos with a big first goal. First blood was always going to be vital here in this quarter. If the Demons had got it, really been able to create some scoreboard pressure. But the Roos now with a comfortable little buffer. So we're back to the middle. Jackson and Green. Jackson slapped it down. Handball across in the Norton direction. Oh, maybe kicking in danger could have been called there. At a bush. Fell to Green. He just spreads it wide. Used the width of the ground pretty nicely today, the Roos, and they'll send it in the Garland direction here. Sandrick has battled hard all day in that matchup. Free kick's been plucked to Garland in the end. So Garland will send the Roos deep inside 50 once more. Looking for Holmes. Off hands through for a minor score. Campbell just saunters out of defence, then gives a handball to Roberts under pressure. Did really well under that pressure. Norton just got his kick away, but it wasn't a good one. Straight to Green, and Green pokes one inside forward 50 mark. Probably should have been taken there by Tremaine. Eventually, they'll clear the area through Monks. Good kick from Monks, and Finlay Poke juggles the mark. Poke wants to get moving quickly. Did Roberts no favours. Did really well to juggle the mark. As Poke faced the kick from 15 metres away. Lefebvre his target. Nice kick from Roberts finds him, and they move the ball quickly. With speed they go here. McGuinness goes for White, stretching and takes it. Oh, no play on the call. Pitch just in front of him. Gets up, he's brought down. And the umpire calls for it. He tossed up. Green leaping. Jackson White palms it down, gave it off. Clever little dish, snapped forwards. Anyone take clean possession. Finlay Poke on his hands and knees. Just worked it towards the goal square. There were plenty of roos back there though. Oh, nice mark taken by Norton as he stretched to reel that one in. They drive it along the wing. Numbers with the Demons here though. Oh, somehow though, Clarence will take it away. Superb stuff this from Ryan. He goes with the 1-2 and homes down the target. And pitches out of play. Well, some brilliant work from Preshaw rather. Ryan, I called it, winning that 2-on-1. A throw in deep inside 50. Tossed back into play. Garland won it down. Harper schooled it towards the line and eventually taken over. Holmes doing the ruck work, driven into the ground. Umpires plucked a free kick. It'll go the way of the Demons. Jackson, the recipient. Not a good kick. Rainberg gets in there. Little candy cell. Tilbury with a good tackle though. Wasn't biting. Jackson unopposed, takes it. His handball, not a great one though, invites in the ruse. A little shrug from Norton, handed it off. Snap kick from Harper. He's offline. In the end, misses the lot, no score. Short kick, a little dicey. Preshaw there to apply the pressure. That was well taken in the end. Sandrick receives it from McLeod, who finesses one. Very short kicks on the back line here, but needs to get the ball moving. The Demons blazing away, trying to work their way through here. Stephenson the next to take one, and now things might open up a little. So they've thought their way through it. Can they find a marking target down the line? White's the target. It fell out the back for Lefebvre, just knocked it onto his path. It was nicely done though by Paprotny. White following up. Eventually over the line. And 21 points the margin. Only 9 minutes gone in the final term. And have to be perfect from here, just about the Demons. Arm down, Green will come away with it. Up and under to the wing. Holmes missed with the spoil. Spills out the back. Jackson pitches for him. Flicks the handball inside, and McGuinness squares it up looking for Groom. Props and then flips it back over the top to McGuinness. McGuinness, slightly dicey kick. It found its way to Sam Wright though. Now with some support from Hilda. Try and work it back inside. Did so to Young. Young immediately released it behind to McLeod, usually a good user. Well, I put the Moz on him there because he kicked it straight down the throat of the Clarence defender. You can't afford to waste kicks under no pressure like that, the Demons. Clarence haven't exactly been flooding forward since in the Handy League. Quite content to just sit on this. This is chipped down to Liam Howard. Howard, handball's back inside. Check side outside of the boot number, almost found its way to Holmes. Did well, Holmes, did really well. Beat three of them, sent them inside forward 50. Playing in front though was Monks, McGuinness, Campbell. All over the top, Barrow, Finlay poke, Norton, burrowing. Barrow comes away with it. Just gets his kick away in time. Spencer White with 2 to beat, and he beats him. Strong from big Spencer White. Needs to keep it moving. McCulloch in a one-on-one. Doesn't go there. Goes inside and turns it over. And McCulloch quite rightly furious. Got him in a one-on-one. He's kicked 4. He's plucked everything all day. Just got to head in that direction. The Roos will take along the outer side. Bryson Loams with it now. And he finds Baxter Norton. Been very sharp today, Norton. Happy to run a little clock here. Eventually send it wide. His kick straight to Jack Sandrick though. Sandrick drops, then sends it inboard. A collision of bodies off the ball. In the end it worked out all right. Allowed White to take the mark. He spreads it very wide looking for Norton. Might just invite in some danger from Tompkins though. But they played the situation well. That's a risky kick, but doing it nicely was Zach Barrow. Drives him up towards half forward, but they've got a spare behind the ball at the moment, the Roos, and North Hobart just keep picking them out. For the Demons, I'm sure you can allow them to have this loose man here. Try and orchestrate it so they don't. Making a bit of a meal of that was Harper, and now back the other way comes Jordan Roberts striding through. Try and dissect the defence, but there's Green again, dropping back into space, taking the intercept. Sam Green, fine at young ruckman. Does so much good work around the ground, and he chips this one inside to Borsboom. Borsboom for Beerley. Beerley looks up. Nothing immediately presenting itself. He'll head wide in the end for a one-on-one. Just pitches out ahead of Loams. 21 points the margin, midway point of the final term. Roos seemingly with things under control. The goal killed the contest. Wide in the ruck, thumped it down nicely. McLeod, his kick spoiled though. Well done, Blake Harper. Green from behind. Demons look to take it away, but they're going nowhere. Over the shoulder, so that will free kick. To McLeod. Oh, Bingham ran and got tackled by the man on the mark. Didn't get around him at all, and now they've got to loose out the back end from Stain for Garland. Rainbird's all on his own, but the ball went out of play before they could deal the killing blow. Though I'm not sure the Demons have got 4 goals in the last 15 minutes if we've got that left. Regardless, only kick 5 for the day. This one back into dispute. McGuinness slung to the ground, but got a handball away just in time to Norton. Norton's kick straight to Bealey. Poke tried to apply the pressure, but Bealey stood strong, and he chips it wide. They've got a loose man over the top, and it's a Loams. Rainbird points Skullwood and says, take it, and might as well use your full 30 seconds here. It's a little uncertain, Loams. Doesn't particularly look like someone who wants to fire off a shot. He's just going to set it up right to the top of the goal square. There's a nice mark taken back there. White. He's one of the Dominic variety. Sends a high ball, just pushed out there, was Hilda. Just got a massive shove. Can they get it moving quickly here? Well, they don't really have that option because it's all Clarence players ahead of the ball. Demons just had to hold up and wait for some cavalry to get forwards. A bump laid there by Bradley Young. And a high one on his opposite number. The free kick going to Tremaine. Tremaine has a loose man. That's where he heads. Riley Higgins. Pretty sure wants it down the line. Higgins eventually heads in that direction. Numbers favour the Demons. It's Preshaw. Went for a ride. Unrealistic attempt there as he tried to come over Jackson. Jackson couldn't find Barrow. Ball back in dispute. Numbers with the Demons. Barrow gathers it over the top for Norton. And Preshaw comes in out of him. And then a wrestling match between the two breaks out. And I'm going to give some credit there to Preshaw. I think he wanted to go on with it, but realised he's probably about to drive into a fence and went, no, probably should just pull back a little here. Cooler heads prevail. Jackson gave it to White, the two big men on the ball simultaneously. Couldn't quite reach Tilbury. Ryan finesses one. McGuinness. Well, McGuinness got a handball away too. Nicely done, but all the Demons players are around that contest there. They'll spread it wide eventually. The mark is taken by Groom. Groom holds up as he waits those runners to get forwards. A couple of short kicks and they're moving it nicely here. Matty Campbell just held up though, didn't have an obvious option, but surely anything was better than the one he chose. Turned it over with a handball. And a stoppage at half forward for the Demons, who just can't seem to be able to advance the ball inside their forward 50 at the moment. They're winning the ball, just not using it particularly well when they get it. Clarence, they've got the spare man behind the ball, just playing right into their hands. The Demons trying to level that up. Callan Daly through the contest, couldn't gather it. Great tackle laid, handball just off in time. Preshaw bounces off of Norton, flicks the handball out the back. Chip kick inside to a Loams, couldn't control. Keeping Bealey's in there now, burrowing in, Tilbury on top of him. Once again, the umpire calls for it, but we're ticking towards red time with a 21-point lead. Clarence firmly in control of this game. Jackson tries to take it out of the ruck, does so successfully. McCulloch lurking, bounced in front of Leifeber. Numbers with the ruse, they'll use it. It's a good exit kick. The mark taken safely there by Harper. Drives a low one, finds Keegan Ryan, who's in no rush. They've got a spare here. Green goes to Norton. He'll just carry it forwards and then he'll go looking in the Holmes direction. Holmes couldn't quite bring it in. Lays the tackle though. Handball out, McGuinness just gets rid of it. Shifting one way and then sprays it to the top of the square. Preshaw with 2 to beat. Fisted through by Hilda for a behind. 22 points now at the margin. And they've surely just got to go right down the guts here at the Demons. They don't have time to mess about. They've got to get the ball moving. They take it wide. And Zach Barrow puts it straight out of play. That sums things up here. Jared Harper to take over. Preshaw wants it. That's where he heads. Barrow, I was going to say, did well not to infringe, but he did in the end, and the free kick will go the way of Preshaw. So Jack Preshaw deal the killer blow, but in truth, I think it was probably dealt with that first goal of the quarter. Hard to see 4 goals in red time from the Demons here, but this would certainly end things if Jack Preshaw wants to drive it through. 22 points to the margin. He set the opposition, poke it short, so Noah Holmes. He'll go back and look to ice it himself. That was really nicely done by Jack Preshaw. Holmes hungry for the goals, offered the lead and gets hit up. So he's had a good day. There's Noah. See if he can add another goal here. Keep them out to a 28-point margin. That's Noah Holmes. 30 out, bit of an angle, and slides it across the face. I think it's all going to be pretty elementary at this point. McGuinness plays on quickly, as they must, and he's found Groom at half-back. Groom has Lefebvre presenting. Kick doesn't quite find him. Ground level. Roos will see it out of play. 11 to 5-6. Roos certainly good value for their victory here this afternoon. Patches from the Demons, but just not been sharp enough by foot. So this one's chipped into the corridor. Hilda takes the mark. Goes sideways. Just don't have the time to be able to do that. Will allow Clarence to just roll more numbers behind the ball. Shoot short. Hilda gathers, sends him inside 50. Bingham gathers after it pitched in front of him. Under pressure from Norton, gets his kick away. Almost gathered, not quite. And handball over the top. Lefebvre running in. Great chance here for Tommy Lefebvre. And dribbles it through. Some class there from Tommy Lefebvre. And cuts the margin to 17 points. The time is dwindling. And they need another 3 in a matter of minutes. A nice, stylish finish there from Tom Lefebvre. He's worked hard. He certainly presented out all day on that wing, but it's some reward on the scoreboard there. White into the ruck. Green beats him. Won it down to Norton. Norton headed to Ryan. His kick broken up by Young. Handball to White. Made him stretch. Bingham able to gather the spoils. He sends him towards half forward. Get something going here. Finlay poke. Go in the Daly direction. Couldn't quite bring it down. Lefebvre. He's jumped upon. Going nowhere. So 23 minutes have ticked by now. In the final term, the Demons needing 3. The ruck able to get the hit out. They're too busy locking up with each other as this one's just blasted out of there by Wiley. Ill directed out on the full. It'll come right back in at them. Dominic White waiting for the ball to be returned here. So can White find a target? Where's McCulloch? He's scarcely gone his way in this final term, a little surprisingly. They square it up and now they will head towards the pack. Lefebvre couldn't quite bring it down. Good tackle laid by Bealey. Maybe a ball up. blocked off. That's the call from the umpire. Certainly won't be in any rush here, Sammy Green. Just chips into the pocket for Keegan Wiley. Richards offering a lead, but he's full allotment of time before just blasting it down the line. The hands of Ryan. White gathered. Handball over the top to Lefebvre. Back inside to Barra. Gets his head taken off by Richards. Play on the goal. Slightly perturbed the North Hobart bench, it's fair to say. He tossed back up there. Oh, climbing high was Green to win it down. Didn't really go anywhere with the tap down in the end. It'll be another stoppage. But geez, he rose up to win that one, 70-8. He does love the flying leap when he can get it. Jackson has really worked hard, and White to prevent him doing that today. Rainbird handed it off and kicked long down the line in the Holmes direction in a wrestling match, and then spills out the back, and it's just wide open space in front of Harper. He's not had the kind bounce he was looking for. A fumble there as he looked up. He thought, can I win this foot race? Which is what would have been nothing in front of either player. Full time, rapidly approaching here, and there it is. Confirmation of the Roos victory, 8-11-59. They defeat North Hobart 6-6-42. It was a bit of a grind of a game, a bit of a scrappy arm wrestle for much of it. But it was the second quarter where Clarence really blew things open and did the damage. Kicked away to a lead, which the Demons never really looked like reining in. There wasn't a whole lot of adventure from the Roos in that final term. They were quite content to sit on their lead, and the Demons couldn't find a way through them. It ends with a 17-point win for the Roos. Jack McCullough kicked 4 for North Hobart. He was outstanding, but just didn't quite have the support he needed. And Clarence, the likes of Holmes and Garland down there, too many weapons. And they walk away the victors to kick off round 6 in the TSL. And Andrew calling the action for you on the live stream. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage. Of course, 2 more games headed your way this afternoon. Check them out on the AFL Taz YouTube channel. It's a pleasure bringing this one to you. Clarence by 17 points from Blundstone Arena. Bye for now.